Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go, let's go. Oh, let's start this show.
Let's go. Hey,
Right through, gonna
I'm
give
in
you
the
that
room.
news just like you know it can
Just
do.
like
Hot
can
topics
do.
in
Hey,
your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman
good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on
We're gonna
time with the
come right
news
on time
just
with
for
the
you.
news.
Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman news. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Let's go, let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman News, coming just for you. King Roman News, coming just for you. 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. King Roman News, King Roman News. Let's go, let's go. Hey, let's start this show. Let's go, let's go. Oh, let's start this show.
Let's start this show. Good morning, crew. Good morning, crew. It is starting to look a lot like Christmas around this mug. Yesterday, I started putting up some Christmas ornaments and stuff and getting my place looking all Christmassy and shit. They fell down the goddamn stairs. I'm trying to wrap my stairs spirals up with the railings up with lights, and my dumb ass didn't realize that as I'm pulling the cord, it's coming under my feet. I'm pulling it. That shit done knocked me down. I fell onto the stairs. I'm like, oh, yep, time to stop. Let me cut this shit out right now. So shout out to the crew. Good fucking morning to y'all. Told y'all yesterday I was going to come live today. And this morning, a lot of other stuff happened this morning. And so I'm here. And I want to talk about public love and drama. And I noticed some common themes. We're going to talk about Jeezy and Jeanie. We're going to talk about KeKe Palmer and Darius Jackson, Teyana Taylor, Iman Shumpert, and Jonathan Majors. And we're going to get into the Adult Survivors Act. So we can get into a couple things. Good morning, Nary's member. What up, Tisa? Good morning, The Real K-Fit. Hitter. What's up, Ox City 805? Thank y'all for being here. I know it's a busy day on the streets, but I still want to talk about what I want to talk about. So I'm here. Now, I have a question of the day for y'all. Now, given the thing we finna be talking about public love and drama and relationships, I have a question for you. Would you check your significant other's cell phone? Would you go through their text messages? Would you get the password and just creep when you want to? Are you that kind of individual? We're going to find out my answer later. And I'm going to show you what somebody did when they were checking somebody's phone and what happened to them. So we're going to get into that too. Before I begin, I do want to remind y'all that on December 16th, we're having a pet contest and Eli will be in the building. So please come support us. Crew. On December 22nd, I think we're having the Subbies giveaway. Please come through and support us there as well. I want to give some of the crew some dough. I said I'm giving out like $50 per person. So that's like 60 people. I mean, 6 people that I'm not 60, please. 6 people that I want to give some dollars to. So, crew, can y'all please be in the building? It's going to be on Ronnie Q's channel. I'm going to share it on my community wall so that y'all are gifted some love. Please, for me, please. All right, so let's just get right into it. So it's been a minute since I've been up here and I've been doing. We did hot topics, but today I know y'all probably heard some of it, but I want to talk about Jeannie, Ma, and Jeezy. So Jeezy filed for divorce from Jeannie Ma in September. 46-year-old. He filed for divorce in September. In Georgia, he filed a petition for divorce and he claimed infidelity. And at the time, it was so many reports that came out. It was a report that she was sleeping with the trainer. It was I think it was a white guy. She was sleeping with him, and we all were like, it sounds about right. And then it was a report about Mario Lopez. You remember it was all about, she was hooking up with Mario Lopez. And so she came out recently to say that he cheated, basically insinuating that he cheated. And I just think it's so fucking interesting for her to say that, to insinuate that he's cheated, and this is the reason why now she's filing her petition on him. So she goes on to say further, according to legal docs, she insinuates that her estranged husband is guilty of infidelity, that the wife reserves the right to amend this counterclaim to add other grounds for divorce. But she doesn't specify at the time, in the hope that this matter can be resolved without having to disclose such conduct publicly. That sounds like I need a settlement. That sounds like I have some demands that need to be met, or otherwise I'm threatening you with this clause in our prenuptial agreement that says that if there's any infidelity, sexual, physical, emotional, any commitments outside of our marriage, honey, you got to cough up. There's a payment due. I said that's so interesting, because if this was the case and you knew he cheated a long time ago and this was the case, why didn't you just come out here and file for divorce? Are you another one who doesn't want their stuff to be public and you don't want to go through the embarrassment? Hi, KeKe Palmer. We're going to talk about you. Is that you? I thought that was so interesting. I said, okay, let's keep reading. So she goes on to say that in their prenuptial agreement, paragraph 8, okay, it says this. And I said, this is some wild shit. It says that in the event that either party engages in sexual relations, an emotional relationship, or is emotionally or sexually suggestive in communication with a third party, any electronic communications, texting or sexting, FaceTiming, social media, direct messages, shall result in a significant financial penalty upon the adulterous party. Now, I first was like, I don't believe Jeezy signed no shit like that. I don't know. I'm sitting thinking like, Jeezy, for real? Now, nigga, you're going to be texting somebody. It's going to be something that can be misconstrued. It leaves a lot of gray area. Look at this now. It says an emotional relationship or is emotionally or sexually suggestive in communication with a third party via all forms, but not limited to texting, sexting, FaceTiming, social media, or direct messages. Anything can be misconstrued here for a relationship. I said, this is real loose. No wonder he clipped her ass first. If this is the real clause, no wonder you clipped her ass first, because you probably want a payday too. So, okay, so this is what we doing. Now, before I continue, do I think Jeezy cheated on Jeannie Ma? I think it's possible. I think it's quite possible. Do I think Jeannie Ma cheated on young Jeezy? I think it's possible. Do I think they know in the past, they've been together for about 7 years? Do I think in the past that they both have cheated on each other and told each other, and like they've sort of had this privately, and now all of a sudden we hear about, oh, I'm filing for a divorce because infidelity on her part, and then she's countersuing by saying it's on his. I think this shit been, now they mad at each other, and so he kicked it off first, beat her to the punch. She coming. This is how I feel. Allegedly. This is how I feel. Roman feels. So that's how I feel about it. I think that they playing some fucking game. Now it's all about who's gonna get the bag first. Who's about to get to the bag first. So, but it reminded me of something. So when they first met, Jeannie Ma and Young Jeezy first met, they went on, she went on her The Real at the time, and she talked about when they first met, right? And it's very interesting. We're gonna listen to it in a minute. But it's telling, because she said something at the end of that. And I remember a long time talking to the crew. If you remember me, I said they are just so interesting to me. I said it's so hard for me to see them two having a relationship. They're so fucking different in my mind. So different. I feel like he has a different entourage and a different way of living, and she clearly has a different way of living. And bringing those two together, I said, damn, this is interesting. Maybe it was for an image. Maybe it was for some other benefit for them too. So let's listen to what she said about their first time when they first met each other, how it went. Because it's significant into where we are now. So listen to her give her deets. And y'all hit that like button for me. Thank y'all. Shout out for y'all for being here this morning too. All right. What you got to say, girl? What you got to say?
I really got to know him off of just our first date. Let me tell you about this, because we're grown. We're in our 40s. And what I think is that God somehow managed.
Oh shit, it's not sharing. My bad. My bad. All right, here we go.
Got to know him off of just. Let me tell you about this, because we're grown. We're in our 40s. And what I think is that God somehow managed our timing so that we spent time after our long-term relationships. We both came from 10-year relationships. And we really worked on ourselves to really understand what healthy love is like. Wow. So he asked me out on a date, right? And I was like, okay,
where did you meet?
He's got his ways, dude. He hooked me. He was
Wait,
like,
so he
but you
seeked
know what?
you
I'll
out?
tell you this. We met here on this set. But you got to hear the story from him, because what he said still knocks me away today. This is the first day we met, right? So then we went on a date.
No, it was before that.
Well, there was another, yes. So you got to ask him, right?
Lonnie got the deets.
Check this out, you guys. I walk in on my date, sushi, right? And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh,
I
messy
asked
ass.
Rose, I'm like, is there a D here? And I'm like, Jeanie, you got to know his government name before you go out on this date. What's going on? So I walk in, I sit down, and 4 hours later, we shut down the sushi restaurant. We had the most amazing deep talk.
Now I have to stop it there. I gotta stop it there. So she's talking about the first time they met, right? And she's talking about how she went there and she said, "Is Jeezy here?" Because she didn't have her government name. Now that's very important. That's very important because see what we skipped past in how they met and all this stuff, Lonnie Love filled it in. Lonnie Love said, no, y'all met before that. And what that told me was y'all were put together. This was sometimes what y'all don't know is that PR companies, they put folks together to trial a relationship to see if it worked, to see if it popped. Something happens. Does it further your career? In my mind, I feel like these two were put together. Now, Lonnie Love said, y'all know that wasn't the first time. Y'all met before. And notice how Jeanie might, but skipped over it to go to this glossy story where she didn't know his fucking name. So I thought that was very fucking interesting. I said, okay. So you went into this half knowing him. And we're here today where we're on the race to see who's going to sue and win this infidelity in court. So let's continue.
Talk about our greatest lessons in life, our greatest mistakes. It was super vulnerable, right?
Oh.
So then after that, he looks at me and he's like, yo, you want to I don't know, I don't want to go home. Do you want to go salsa dancing with me?
Wait,
yes.
Jeezy can dance?
Yes.
He
So
can
then
salsa
I literally
dance?
looked at, of course, and I was surprised. I was like, Avi Papi, let's go. So we go dancing. We close out the club. He's an amazing dancer, by the way.
What?
Sick dancer, yes. And we walk out, and here's what happens. So we walk out, and we close down the club, and he puts his hands on my shoulders, and I go, please don't kiss me. Don't kiss me. It's too regular. Like, this is so good. Don't do the basic thing.
Yeah.
I should have known he ain't anything but basic. He looks at me, he goes, can I give you a homework assignment? And I go, why? Because I'm Asian? And he's like, no. I want you to think about the last 8 hours we just spent together. And think about, what do you envision us doing together? What do you picture me being in your life? If this matches my notes, I will pursue you.
What?
If not,
matches
we're cool to be
his
friends.
notes?
Shout out to them for that. So you mean to tell me when y'all met Young Jeezy in this date where y'all went salsa dancing at the end told you to rethink your last 8 hours and then compare y'all notes to see if y'all are a match? If that don't sound like matchmaker.com, y'all not fooling me. Again, that's why today's live is titled Public Love and Drama. This to me sounds like it was a public relationship doctored, created, and now we're getting to see this fallout publicly. And so I wanted to show y'all that, to show you how easy it is to and then miss the clues, miss the signs in the interview. I never thought about that in the interview until we're here now. Like, oh, wait a minute. You barely even knew what the fuck you was getting yourself involved in. That shit don't last long. It don't last long. So we find ourselves here. He went on to talk with Nia Long about this in an interview on YouTube, and he goes, "This has not been an easy journey. I can tell you that I'm saddened. I can tell you that I'm disappointed. I can tell you that I'm uneasy, but God has put me on a different path. And that path is going to entail for me to take care of myself and to love myself and to be in the best situation that I can thrive as someone who's been through all of the things that I've been through." Now, I could have got with that. I could have been like, oh, that sounds like somebody's healing. But we have to remember when he dated Keisha Cole. And in that interview with Keisha Cole, in essence, when they were talking about, what happened between them two when he proposed to her, remember, she said, "It's weird. After this guy proposed to me, I was like, dang, this is everything a woman lives for. To be married with a ring, to be able to represent something. But for me, it was the quite opposite. I was scared. When you get married, you become one. You don't live just for yourself anymore. I'm just not ready for that." And he goes on, Jeezy, during that same time period, he says, to be honest, it was more what she wanted. Notice this now. So with Keisha Cole, he was saying that the proposal was something that was more of what she wanted. I wasn't ready for it. Let me continue. I wasn't ready for it. He said she was cool and we had a cool friendship. The media made it out to be something crazy. We kicked it. We hung out. Thing is, you can't be cool with somebody you want to be cool with. I was grown enough to tell her, look, baby, that isn't what it is right now. Don't this sound like the same young Jeezy right now? Getting a divorce. There's some infidelity in their relationship on her part, on his part. You can even hear remnants of that in that interview where Jeannie Ma was trying to detail her relationship. In these 8 hours, write down, take notes. So for me, it sounds like there's always been skepticism here between Jeannie Ma and Young Jeezy, especially if you look at the past relationship. Now, I found this to be interesting. I saw this comment on Twitter, X. Jeezy used Jeannie Ma for an image, but still allowed her to get her heart involved, gave her a baby, made her feel it was real. Then, when his agenda was complete, he embarrassed publicly without remorse. Jeannie needs to take everything he got, rooting for Jeannie. And that's a black woman, rooting for Jeannie. Shout out to you. Do y'all feel like Jeezy used Jeannie Ma for her image? Do you feel like he did something? His image grew. We talked about this before. I don't feel like Jeezy used Jeannie Ma for her image. If anything, she used him for his image. That whole down appeal, that whole, I'm hip and I'm hot. I felt like he always had an image. The clubs he got into, he still got into. You knew what to expect. I don't know. You all let me know. Do you feel like that? Do you feel like Jeannie Ma did something to Young Jeezy's image? They used each other. Okay, we on the same page. Damn, why would he propose to Keisha then if he only considered them as just friends? I'm telling you, his signs has always been there. Good morning, Bobby. Good morning, Risa. Good morning, Lexi. Never knew they were engaged. Damn, Sipping Mocha, good morning. She thought she won a PR lottery where she tamed him. But one thing Jeezy's going to do is create a broken home. I feel for her. And the proof was in the pudding, Sipping Mocha. Thank you for coming through. She get on my nerves, child. She is so animated. Dow baby. Now, normally I would say Jeezy would never go for that, but I definitely think he wanted a new audience and he would be able to get that being with her. Oh, wow. Ox City, what up? Newbie, what's up? Good morning, babes. She wanted a bag and got it. A child by him. Well, That is a bag. That is a bag. Good morning, Castro. What's up, Blackberry? Good morning, y'all. Thank y'all for coming through, man. I appreciate it. I know we ain't beefing, we ain't talking about all that other stuff, but sometimes I just want to talk about some other shit. So thank y'all for being here. And make sure you hit that like button for me though. Did they get married before or after the baby? I can't remember, y'all. I think after the baby. She was pregnant, she announced it, then I think he proposed. Um, we can surely verify. Oh shit. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, it was after they got married. After they got married, they welcomed the baby in January 2022. They got married in 2021 and welcomed their daughter Monaco in 2022. So, yeah, and I don't think Jeezy fully understood the family structure within the Asian community. It is culturally the norm for families to live together, especially once children are involved. It sounded like a complete clash of two individuals who probably didn't even know what the fuck they were getting into until it came time to really live this shit out. Um, Jeezy got his Blasian baby. Now he put. Y'all really think Jeezy got something out? Y'all really think Jeezy used her to get something out? I didn't believe it. Yep, she got done the right way. So it shouldn't be any surprise when her mother and some others lived with her. That's how many of them raised their families. That's true. That's true. What up, Lamone? Shout out to Lamone. Listen at the gym. Oh, I need to be in the same place. That's true. So my biggest question to you all is: do you think Jeezy cheated on Jeannie Ma, or do you think Jeannie Ma cheated on Young Jeezy? And I told you all, I think they both have cheated on each other. I think this was a who's going to get to it first. He filed it back in September. She and her attorneys now have gotten together and filed a counterclaim and included this clause that we didn't know about. He didn't talk about. Now he said something else that was very critical to this: is that he wants her to not fuck around when it comes to custody of these kids. And so he said of their child, the lack of consistency, continuity, and stability inherently associated with such a haphazard and fluid parenting time schedule is stressful to the child. He said that he does not believe that she is acting maliciously or with the specific intent to harm, but she's acting as a gatekeeper when it comes to Jeezy exercising parenting time with Monaco. He alleges that she's causing confusion and tension between the parties and is working to stifle the development between Jeezy and their toddler. Now that's very credible. That is some very credible allegations that he's lodging towards her in terms of it coming the custody of the child. Do I think there's weight there? Absolutely. Absolutely. There's weight there. And it's more pressure being put on that situation now that she's counterclaimed with her saying that, oh, he's cheated. So, judge, he's cheated. He also needs to pay, and he doesn't need custody. And we need to have part-time custody, and he needs to abide by a strict schedule. Do you see the buildup of that? She got some good attorneys now. I don't get it twisted. Her lawyers are working overtime to help her build this narrative. I see through it all. I absolutely do feel that she may be holding the child as leverage because I see it so many times in so many instances. And I feel like that will be the crack. If not, that will be the crack in this case. Because I think they both cheated on each other. She comes out, yeah, he cheated, but I don't want to go into details because we can solve this privately. No, you're not going to pull the KeKe, I meant the Teyana Taylor on us. Yeah, but I don't want to talk about it. I need to be private. What's up with y'all trying to go private now with y'all shit? No, you out here publicly living. You want us to know. We need to know everything. Tell the details. What did he do? When did he cheat? How did he cheat? Who was it with? Was it during the time y'all were together? Was it before? Was it with somebody we know? Have we seen him out in public? Was it Nia Long? Who was it? All this behind the minutia, because see what it does is it makes us start scrutinizing both you motherfuckers. Period. You be around here looking like I am. Y'all both cheated on each other. Shit, we can say a long list of names for him, but we looking like, well, who you sleeping around with? You ain't innocent either, Jeannie Ma. I don't think you're innocent. I don't think you're innocent. I look at you just like I look at the girl on Fox Soul, Claudia. Like, and I'm gonna leave it there. Okay, because y'all know Claudia, baby, she gonna have a job. Claudia's going to stay employed. period. You like that, love it or leave it. Claudia Jordan will always be employed. As long as, Claudia is going to always be employed. Allegedly, Claudia Fox. So allegedly, allegedly. But it's my opinion. That's how I feel about that. So there was this other comment I saw. So somebody says, I have nothing against Miss Jeannie Ma. I do not believe Jeezy Jenkins cheated on her. From what I've seen of their character, I sort of feel like she's trying to make a case and not letting go. A man filing for divorce makes you look like the bad guy. I get it. Just don't think. And so I said, is there truth to he really did want to end the relationship and she just don't want to let go? And so instead of letting go, she's taking the revengeful route by saying, oh, now he cheated. There could be truth to that, but I'm not going to not say he didn't cheat. I'm not going to say that. Now, it could be a lie. It could be allegedly that he did cheat or he didn't cheat, but I'm not going to just sit here and say he didn't cheat and she's just using this because she's disgruntled. But I do feel like, damn, girl, if he cheated on you and y'all got this big ass clause, why you ain't say something earlier? Why you wait all this long time to now then get it back at him? You was that whole period of time since he filed September, y'all was behind the scenes trying to settle it and y'all still couldn't figure it out. So you decided, fuck it. I'm gonna just tell on you too. Nigga, you cheated too. Now what? Now what we gonna do? And Jeezy, I hope you got your evidence, whatever that infidelity you claimed and that irreconcilable differences. I hope you got your documentation. I hope you got everything lined up, nigga, because she done lodge one at you. And I don't want her to come out here and have evidence and you have nothing. And now we're sitting here like, this nigga done lost a child. He done lost the bag. Don't come out here lying, both of y'all. Y'all ain't got nothing. So those are my thoughts on these two. I truly feel like it's both of them. A woman scorned. You think so? A woman scorned? Hey, y'all, I'm headed to work. Okay, you have a great day at work, Tuac City. Castro, I'm telling you. Oh, was it Nia? That's a word because since when did Nia start interviewing? I'm trying to tell you now. They are going to clash regarding how to raise their child. I truly think Jeezy went into marriage not fully understanding her culture and was shell-shocked when things began happening. And Risa, that could be very, very freaking true. Again, I really feel like their relationship was arranged. It was one of those things like, you know, here's a bunch of men that are open. Here's a bunch of women that are open. You want our team to put y'all together. Because Lonnie Love got a big mouth. And she said something, that wasn't. And she looked in the camera like, I'm like, is this matchmaker.com? And in doing so, when you release it to the public, you sort of feel bound to be in the relationship regardless of whatever. You want to just be in it. You want to make the public look happy. And we were all talking, not me, because I always was like, this is some weird ass shit. She's too Valley girl and he's too Jersey, Philly, you know, too hood, too New York type hood. And that shit is cute for the moment, but not forever. That is two totally different energies. I'm telling you now, if you never dated a Valley a girl or a Valley guy, or never dated a nigga from the East Coast, very different, baby. Don't get it twisted. Don't think bougie. Two different kind of bougie. You got a whole different kind of thing. And I think the public played a huge part in pressuring him to play the role, him to be this good hood dude, reformed, her to be the down Valley girl with the hip hop rapper, and they having the baby. And not realizing that, okay, beyond the surface, let's go deeper. Honey, are you going to be able to live with me? Are we going to be able to do this right and successfully? And no matter how fine you are, no matter how much money you got, the shit is in the pudding. It don't work. It don't work. Again, you got a public relationship with public love, and now we got drama. So that I agree wholeheartedly with you, Risa, when it comes to he probably didn't understand what he was getting himself into. And shout out to y'all for being here this damn morning with me while we talking about this shit. Thank you, crew. I appreciate that. Y'all hit that like button. Y'all sure enough know how to make me feel good doing this. Wow, did he really like her? I mean, let's be honest. If we look at the previous history of how Jeezy was with some women, and I'm sure there's women we don't know about, it seems like there's a pattern where there's like I'm ready, I'm willing, let's do this. It looks good on the surface. You might be the one. And then something happens and we have to retract that. And this went for a while with Jeannie Ma, then something happened and we have to retract that. So it'll be interesting to see the next. Don't say I didn't tell y'all the pattern. It'd be interesting to see how his next relationship play out. And let's not forget about Jeannie Ma. I still feel like the fact that I think this is an arranged marriage lets me know how desperate she is to have this image in Hollywood. Like, I got the it guy, I'm the it girl, even though my show isn't still on TV. You know, that's how I feel. I feel like she's searching for a purpose. She sees someone else with something and she wants it. And she, you know, like Kim and Kanye and Kim and all the other black men she dated. Well, here we got Jeannie Ma, and my thoughts, my opinions. That's how I feel about it. Jeannie needs a formal structure for visiting because it seems like he wants to come and go as he likes. His other baby moms say he's very inconsistent. Seems like a control thing for them both. Why is this put in why we see it, but she didn't? Why we see that shit? What's up, Miss Baker? Good morning. Dropping in to say hi. Have a great day. You too. Thank you. Jeezy left his other baby mothers and their mothers never lived in their homes. That cheating allegation from them both seems bogus. Baby, that culture thing isn't ringing true because his other baby mothers never had their mothers living with them. And Jeezy left them and his kids. He just wanted to shed the hood reputation and cross over. But do you think he shed the hood reputation, though? I don't think he can ever shed that. His music is going to still forever live. You know, I think she may have loved him a lot more than he loved her. And that's what I think it is. I think we found ourselves in a relationship, in the thing where they got it put together and she fell and he kind of was like, okay, yeah, but no. And I think they both cheated on each other. I think there was some infidelity. Maybe she was texting somebody emotional and maybe he was. And now he just pushed he did something she probably didn't think that he would do, which was file that fucking petition. They meshed that well together on that interview, didn't they? What's up, Slim Body? What up? Shout out to you for being in here. What's up, Cocoa Butter? Good morning. So those are my thoughts on that. Now, while keeping on the theme of public love and drama, we got to move right on to this next one because I'm just confused. I'm confused as hell. So let's go. So we have KeKe Palmer and Darius Jackson. Now, we talked about this and we talked about it very extensively. And we talked about it in a way that I wanted to present it to you all in a local news fashion. That what KeKe Palmer and Darius Jackson went through is something we see all the time in these local news stories. A woman, is subjected to some abuse, emotional or physical, at the hands of her spouse, her man, her baby dad. She calls the police. She files a restraining order. She does all those things. And then for some odd reason, I don't want to go forward with it. I don't want to press charges. I just want to go. I don't want people in my business. And I was saying at the time that I'm so glad KeKe Palmer is going through with this because people look at her as like this strong woman. And it's like, how dare you do that to KeKe Palmer? No, she's not going. And all other women will look at her and, oh, yeah, I want to say something. For her to come back around to say that for the privacy of not only herself and her son, the privacy of this man, her baby dad, she wants this to be removed from the public media. She wants them to go back into mediation because she doesn't want to go to court. She doesn't want all this to go out there. What's up? What's up? Like, and I get it. You're a figure. You're an entertainer. And this could very much so harm your image. But did you not think about that when it was happening? Like, all of those things are the reasons why people feel like they don't want to come out here and talk about it. So you did come out here and talk about it. For you to only go back to we're going to keep it closed and we're going to go through mediation. And I said that, y'all. I said, they'll probably try to work this shit the fuck out. They'll probably try to work this shit out. Because when I was talking about it, I said it sounded to me like it was exaggerated heavily on KeKe's side, only because I felt like if it was much more, a lot more would be happening. I did. I felt like, damn, he did all of that to you. A lot more would be happening. Then we get to this point. So KeKe Palmer, God forbid, they agree to postpone their court date so they can attend mediation. Now, the original court date was set for Tuesday, December 5th, tomorrow. But they decided to go to remediation. To mediation, not remediation, mediation. Now, in November, she was granted a request for a temporary domestic violence restraining order and temporary sole custody of their 9-month-old son, Leotis Leo Andrelton. And so he was prohibited from all contact with them by being required to stay more than 100 yards away from Palmer and their son. Now, this week, the exes requested to have the court date rescheduled in order to allow the parties time to attend mediation. The parties request that the mediation and petitioner's domestic violence restraining order be continued to a mutually agreeable date. They originally had court order mediation set for November 29th. That has come and gone. They are now scheduling a new date. And so they asked that the original date of December 5th be dismissed. And I'm just like, wow. So I don't think there's anything wrong with doing a mediation. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing mediation. What I think is wrong is that the reason that you choose to do mediation is this. Her preference is to resolve the situation privately rather than in open court, if possible. But if not possible, the hearing remains on the calendar and KeKe will stop at nothing to ensure a safe and healthy outcome for herself and Leo. And this is where I fault her. It's a difference when you're a private citizen, you don't got resources, and you're sort of like an everyday regular citizen. You're KeKe fucking Palmer. People are watching you. They're watching every move you make. Because this moment ain't gonna be talked about just now. It's gonna be talked about in the future. Oh, remember when KeKe Palmer went with that? So for me, it was just like, damn, girl, you sort of set a precedent. You're the one who came out here with these photos. KeKe Palmer shares disturbing surveillance photos of ex Darius Jackson allegedly abusing her and grabbing her at her neck. We would never saw these photos if it was not for you, KeKe Palmer. And it did something. It had us all like, wow, this nigga really on some bullshit. You better file those charges. Because there's women out here who also, like you said, abusing you and grabbing you at your neck. There's other women out here who face the same shit. God forbid they say, well, KeKe want to do it private because she don't want her shit out here. So if I want to do the same. People do that. I'm not putting it all on you, but I'm saying the optics of you to do that and have that as your excuse for me was just like, okay. Okay. Hopefully something positive comes out of the mediation. Hopefully there's shared joint custody of the child. But more than anything, I hope that you're able to free yourself from a relationship like that for a period of time. I'm not saying y'all might be done, but you definitely need maybe a year, some months, a year and some months to just free yourself from whatever it was you were going through with him, allow y'all joint custody, and then maybe y'all can think about it. But right now, to just it's almost like Diddy when the settlement with Cassie, and it was just the next day. Oh, he must have did something. It's like, oh, so all of the grabbing of your neck, all of him flipping you over the couch, and the calls and the mom, all of that we thought was gravely insane of him to be doing, is not so major that y'all have to go to court. You can actually talk about it in mediation, and then y'all can move on. Listen, all right. I'm just saying how that's comparable to local news story when we always fault these women for doing the same shit, and then they go back to these men and they find themselves in the same situation. That's the only thing I'm saying. It's no different with KeKe. It's no fucking different. The difference is that she has resources and money. These other women don't have it, but the situations are very much so the same. But don't just listen to me. I think this woman did a great job of saying what I wanted to say, but I can't say. So I want y'all to listen to her and tell me if you agree with her take on this. Tell me if you agree or if I'm tripping or if we both tripping, because I agree with what she's saying. This is why I brought it up. Again, public love and drama. So y'all let me know, and y'all hit that like button for me, though.
This is Lauren KeKe Palmer, and this is her poor, unfortunate soul of a baby daddy, and they have postponed their court date. Let's chit chat. KeKe Palmer and her poor, unfortunate soul of a baby daddy agreed to postpone court date so they can attend mediation. Now, KeKe, if you listen, and I'm gonna tell you something old folks used to tell me, okay, baby, you can't reason with crazy and you can't rationalize insanity, all right? But y'all attend mediation. I love that. So they were supposed to go to court on December 5th. They are postponing that so that they can attend mediation. The restraining order will continue to be upheld. We definitely love that. Long story short, KeKe don't want us, the world, to see her like that. She don't want all of the evidence that's going to come out in court to come out. So she is trying her very best to resolve this in a rational manner. Again, though, you can't rationalize insanity and you can't reason with crazy. And that poor unfortunate soul of a baby daddy is off his rocker. Him and his brother, because Dominique Perry, I saw that story.
And I fucking agree with her. I agree 100%. I feel like the reason KeKe Palmer really doesn't want this to go to court is because she definitely doesn't want discovery. I told you, anytime somebody go to court and they got to do discovery, she can even call it to get it dismissed. You still got to provide discovery, the other side, as to why you want them. You saying it's dismissed because it's not valid. Well, they have to prove that it's valid, and that discovery will prove it. Who knows what it may tell? But I feel like that plays a part into it, you know, not wanting your private life to be seen and shown and stuff like that. So I had to agree with that woman. I saw this comment in the chat, and I think there's some truth and validity to it. KeKe did what she had to do to win sole primary custody, in my opinion. That's a very interesting point. You went through all of this to just win custody of your child. I mean, you could have just went to I mean, there's a whole nother way to go around this. A whole nother way to go around this. He looked crazy as fuck. I think mediation is court ordered though. Yeah, they had mediation, or I think they could have went to the court order, but they had November 29th, which nobody showed up. So now we're extending it instead of just going straight to the court date. That's the question. It's like, oh, okay, they didn't do a mediation. They're gonna go straight to the court. KeKe is not playing to only find out that no, that's actually not the fucking case. Good morning, Miss LA. Shout out to you. Thank you for coming through. Child, I just hope my sis does the right thing for her and her son. Do y'all think they finna get back together? I know her mama Sharon would go off if they did. I absolutely know her mom would go off. Do I think they'll get back together? I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know this side of KeKe I'm seeing right now. This is more of the protect my business, protect my assets, protect my bag side of KeKe that I'm seeing. Money, power, influence. KeKe has to move differently and more strategically than Keisha from Philly. She had to come out swinging and banging to get that initial custody. So everybody feel like she did this just to get custody. Damn. Okay, Tristan Bell. We see enough of him yoking her up. What else is there? Finding something out about her possible wrongdoings? That's what it is. That's what it is. That's absolutely what it is. Two can play that game. I'm sure he'll probably dig some shit up. Absolutely. That's what it is. I absolutely agree that that's what it is. What other reason? So let's say they do this mediation and it comes out the mediation that they're fine. They're gonna just split the custody and move forward in their relationship. There's still gonna be looming questions. That's what she's running from. Those questions that we're gonna ask. So what happened? You know, but she wanted everything to be private. She wanted everything to be private. All right. Listen, crew. I'm all for it being private until it shouldn't be. Until other people are looking at this as an example, is my thing. Thank you, Tristan. Thank you. This is why you try your hardest to be with the person that you will have a baby with, to get to know him. If she knew how he was, why bring a baby into it? Facts. So, crew. All right, so we talked about Jeezy, Jeanie Ma. We talked about KeKe Palmer and Darius Jackson. Two very different situations. And obviously, in my opinion, it rings both some jealousy in a relationship, some shouldn't have been together in the first place, some got a baby, now let's move on. So those Jeezy and Jeanie Ma, KeKe Palmer, and Darius Jackson. We're going to talk about Teyana Taylor and Jonathan Majors. But before I get to this story, while we're talking about relationships, I want to share something with y'all. So I came across something, and it is so interesting because it sort of defines sometimes how you and I, yes, you, those who are in the dating world. Well, I'm not in the dating world, but when you're in the regular people, when you're in the dating world, sometimes you can instantly fall for someone. Things can be going really, really good. And then all of a fucking sudden, something happens and it's not. And so one thing we always find out is that the sign of an easy fail in a relationship is love bombing. You know, when a person love bombs you, just Remember, KeKe Palmer told us Darius Jackson will love bomb her, love bomb her, love bomb her, and then go cold and distant. Love bomb, love bomb. Oh, you beautiful. I love you. I like you. I want to be with you. And then all of a sudden, they cold, they distant. So I want to share this video with you all. And y'all hit that like button for me. I really want to share this video with y'all of a situation where this woman really thought that they fell. She fell. And it was not that situation at all. So y'all hit that like button. Again, crew, thank y'all for being here with me this morning. Make sure you hit that like button. And y'all check this shit out. Y'all check this out. What's up, Brick Girl? I see you down there.
One. Day two. Day three. Day three. Recording myself every day until I get kissed. Day one. Day two. Day three. I forgot yesterday's, but day 5. Day 6. I missed like the last 3 days. Day 8. You already know I forgot some days. It's day 10. Okay, I still haven't been kissed, but I think I got asked out on a date. We've been messaging back and forth for a little while, and I can't stop smiling. He showed up to the tattoo studio today, and he brought me grapes, and he sat with me for 2 hours while I tattooed my leg. He got a retwist today. I got kissed. Can confirm it was not a date that he asked me on initially. However, I did tell him yesterday that I liked him, and he did say he feels the same way, so... Yesterday he kissed me and I said thank you. And he laughed. Also, we both got asked to walk in New York Fashion Week by different designers. Universe? We did mushrooms yesterday together on the full moon during the lunar eclipse and jump timelines. So we both agreed that we are not looking for a relationship today. That's like very atypical of me. But it feels...
And here is where that shit starts to sink in, but you still like, okay, all right, we gonna move forward. But instead of facing that motherfucking sign where y'all both have just committed and said, you know, you ain't gonna be in a relationship, you still proceed forward. This is Roman. This is me.
Right. It feels right. No one has time for that. We're focused on what we got going on, but like, I think that made him like me more. We'll see. I really like him. Also, he picked me flowers the other day and brought them to me at the studio. I retwisted his...
They're bringing them flowers and shit, bringing all that shit. Now, 2 days ago, you just told me that we both should be, you know, we should just be cool. You know, let's just not rush into this. Signs. Where are the signs, baby? Let's continue.
His hair today, and then we did a nude photo shoot outside for my birthday, and then we watched the sunset. Also, update, definitely, that's my man's. He doesn't know it yet, but I know it. And actually, he knows it too. He's just, you know, men. I'm just...
Hello? Ever been there? Ever been there? Ever been there? Have you been at that point right there? You done been through all of this shit. We done said, okay, we're not gonna be in a relationship. We're not gonna do none of that shit. Blah blah blah. We're gonna be cool. All right, cool. Now you know I'm getting flowers at my job, all this shit, and then that's my boo. That's Bay. That's Bay. That's Bay. Falling deeper and deeper into that motherfucking trap. Deeper into that trap. We all have been here, baby. We all have been here.
Just waiting. Just waiting. So I guess you can say we made it official today. Also, I met a girl. He and I had the best weekend. I was house sitting at my friend's house and he came and just like stayed with me for like 3 days. But it's kind of sad because he's moving to Vegas soon in like 2 weeks. So actually, we decided to just be friends. Miscommunication.
And then this is where we end up. Right here. We end up right here. And I point right here. Just right here. This is where we fucking end up. Right here. Now we're at the crying phase of everything. Where now we understand, oh, it was a miscommunication. Oh, I should have been saw this. I should have been let go. Why did I do this? This is so common, not only with us regular people who ain't got millions in the bank, but even with the $1 million people who got millions in the bank. Look at these stories we've been talking about. Jeezy and Jeanie Ma. Knowing damn well Jeezy ain't that kind of person who's gonna commit for a long time because the proof was in the pudding. But for the sake of public pressure, love bombing, all that shit, they carried it on and now we're here. Same thing with fucking KeKe Palmer and Darius Jackson. She even told us the nigga would love bomb her. And then all of a sudden, nothing. He cold and distant. And then she's here. Right here. Damn it, I can't point. Right here. Right here. So I saw this. I said, ain't this some shit this is an emotion we all go through, yo. It's something we'll never learn. You be so open and ready and vulnerable and wanting to be in love, wanting to be in that ideal relationship, just wanting something. Then you don't so blindly that you don't even realize the signs that this ain't gonna work. This is not what I think it is. And then you're here crying. I saw this and I said, damn, girl. Damn.
On the making it official thing, and yeah. He moved to Vegas today, and I'm really gonna miss him. But we spent the day together yesterday and today on my birthday, and it was the best time. He was love bombing me. We no longer speak. No regrets on cutting.
And there you have it. And there you have it. Thank you for sharing your story, sweetheart. Thank you for sharing your story. But that's a huge lesson. And that's not just something we see with regular people. That's a constant theme with folks, recognizing the narcissism in people's behavior. Recognizing that, even though the relationship appears to be good, and this could be your LeBron, this could be your Michael Jordan, this could be your baller. Instead, it ain't like that because you're dating somebody that might have a narcissistic trait. Might just be love bombing you for the moment and not might be in for the long haul. Speaking of, which reminds me of none other than Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert. Now, Iman and Taylor, they made she made their divorce public. She made their divorce public by putting up this post on social media. And, she said, not too much of my bestie, talking about Iman. And she did this in September. And she said, the only reason I'm sharing, she said, we just keep y'all at, most importantly, we are a family. And in the 10 years together, 7 years married, we ain't never played with or about that. To be clear, infidelity ain't one of the reasons for our departure. We are still best of friends, great business partners, and are one hell of a team. And so she posted this, United Front, September 17th. She filed for divorce back in January of this year. And Iman Shumpert decided that, I want us to put our public names to these lawsuits. Why we got to go with our initials? People need to know what's going on. And when he did that, all the shit went motherfucking public. And so Teyana gets mad. She's incredibly disappointed and frustrated with Iman, her husband of 7 years, for deciding to make their identities public in a recent court filing. What we found out is the gag, bitch. Is the gag. And see what we just saw? The love bombing, the jealousy in the relationship, Jeezy and Jeanie Ma. And I don't necessarily think it's jealousy there. I think it was more so arranged, and therefore it wasn't really you understood the person. So now we're here. KeKe Palmer and Darius Jackson absolutely see jealousy. Okay, so now we move to Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert. What the fuck do we see? This nigga is wholeheartedly jealous of Teyana Taylor. So some of the things we found out was she claims he's a jealous narcissist. A jealous narcissist. She also claims that he would get upset when photographers would ask him to step out of the frame to take solo photos of her. Accused of picking fights even on Taylor's birthday and sending negative text messages with condescending and manipulative language about her. Don't this sound so much like KeKe Palmer and Darius Jackson? Shumpert didn't want Taylor to work, so she would turn down jobs. Just then, Shumpert would get upset she didn't make any money. Shumpert is accused of being emotionally and mentally abusive. Notice there is no physical abuse. Shumpert is accused of being in multiple cheating scandals and wrecking a Rolls Royce to avoid a DUI. Taylor says she got Shumpert jobs in Hollywood, but he continued to bicker with her. And finally, she says Shumpert has barely seen his 2 kids since leaving their home in October. And so, in my opinion, and this is purely my opinion, she expected, I truly think she expected Iman Shumpert to be something that he wasn't even prepared to be. I think she thought she was marrying the next like LeBron James, the next big basketball player star because of her big career and her big potential to be this high paid celebrity. And I think she got with him. It was all gravy. And then the jealousy kicked in, the realization that, you know, she is the breadwinner in the relationship. And I think that resonates with a lot of celebrity couples. I think about Jay-Z and Beyonce. You think they haven't been through that? I absolutely think the question of, you know, who's the photographers want him in the picture or her in the picture. But I think they're able to fight through those issues. And who says they may not? They may be able to keep them private, you know? But for her, she didn't realize what she was getting herself into. And I think we find ourselves here. So once all of that came out, her lawyer put out this statement. Her lawyer said, we were able to keep this divorce matter private as Ms. Taylor requested for 11 months in the case prior to Mr. Shumpert's motion, revealing the parties' legal names and making the matter public. This matter will very likely still be private if Mr. Shumpert's motion to substitute legal names as real parties in interest was not filed. So she was pissed. She was pissed. She took to her social media. I mind my business. Don't bother nobody. And y'all know I've never played about my children, family, and our privacy. I've not spoken on this private matter to any media outlets or blogs. So everyone claiming Teyana said didn't get any statements directly from me. These statements were taken from private court documents that were leaked to the public. It is very heartbreaking that someone would take out the time to make such a private matter public for the world to see. However, protecting my family is one thing I've always done, and for my children, I will continue to do so. Please, if y'all play nieces, Jeanie and Rue, like y'all have shown, please allow myself and my family some privacy. Now, I have to give her credit, right? When you want the shit between y'all to be private, this is the way you do it. Clearly, it's probably easier for her to be private about her divorce and marital issues with him because there's no physical altercations involved. So for KeKe Palmer to say she want her shit to be private, but come out here and say there's physical abuse, there's these harmful things that happen, and expect for us to take it to be private, that's why I'm saying, like, KeKe, at least Teyana Taylor had it private for a minute. It was private for a while until it came out here. I could understand her frustration. It started out private, now it's public. Now, what I don't understand is why Imam himself wanted it to be public. And so listen to a theory as to why he wanted it to be public. And y'all let me know if y'all agree and hit that like button.
But I think the idea why he did that because he wants to be real. He don't want to be fake. If they divorce, he like, we divorced. You said I'm jealous. Well, I'm gonna show you how I'm not jealous. Let's let the world know that we're divorced.
He wasn't saying that at first.
Do you think maybe type of career where like or
who gonna have the kids for Thanksgiving, or who's going what we doing for Christmas? All those little things can trigger little arguments that can knock the dominoes down.
But I think the idea why he did that because he wants to be real. He don't want to be fake. If they divorce, he like, we divorced. You said I'm jealous. Well, I'm gonna show you how I'm not jealous. Let's let the world know that we're divorced.
He wasn't saying that.
Shout out to him. For some reason, I just don't feel like him putting the names out there means that he wants the world to be real. What I don't feel like that. I don't. What is going to be real about? How, I don't think there's because she had already said it in September that we live very, separate. We've been separated. She made that statement publicly. What I think this is an opportunity for him, like she said, to dim her light and make her look bad. Instead of trying to keep this private and deal with our issues, I think he's trying to take one more stab at her. Like, okay, put our names out here so you can stop your bag. These award shows and people want to interview you, they need to also know you going through stuff too. And you look bad. That's what I feel. That's how I feel about it. Teyana Taylor, beautiful self. Keep your head up, baby. Keep your head up. Continue fighting, trying to fight through this dude. Now, at the top of the hour is that Brat's donor sitting up there? That no. Yeah, oh, in the picture, yeah. I wanted them to work, but I feel Teyana is way too strong-minded, and there was jealousy. I think it fizzed out. They did make two beautiful babies, though. And that's true. And I definitely think there was some jealousy on the part of him and her career. And that clearly, as she saw, identified in the court documents. Now, at the top of the hour, I asked you all a question. I said I wanted to know, what would you go through your significant other's mobile device? Are you the kind of person when they go to sleep, you go looking through their phone to find some shit out? Do you ask for the password? Do you need to know when they receive a text message who texted you? Are you that kind of individual? I was curious. And I'll share with you, am I that kind of individual? Y'all check this shit out and y'all hit that like button. Check this shit out.
Saying like don't go through like somebody's phone. Like don't you gonna find what you're looking for if you go through their phone, right? I wish I found what I was looking for. I didn't find what I was looking for. Instead, I found the man talking shit on me. He told his friend that, because this is really traumatic. He told his friend, sometimes I don't think, he said my name, sometimes I don't think Sony's pretty. Whoa. Me? Wait a minute. We've been talking for months. What do you mean? And then the nigga tried to justify why it was okay for him to say some shit like that. Don't you know sometimes, like...
Baby, let me tell you, I am an adamant and firm believer. Do not go through my phone, and I am not going through your phone. I do not care. I do not want to see it. I'm not doing it. If I suspect something, I'm going to ask you. If I happen to glance at your phone and I see a name or something, I'm going to ask you. I don't play that. Oh, I'm going to be quiet and hold it. Been there, done that. Yes, I played that whole let's see your phone shit. That's not for me. That's not for me. I'm too upfront and forward. I text motherfuckers in front of my boo. Like, flip right over in bed. Oh, text back. I don't hold secrets, and I don't expect you to be holding secrets. So if I ask a question, it should be open. That's why I don't do that. This poor girl wanted to go through the phone so bad, went through the phone and found out her man had been telling his friend that she ugly. Sometimes he thinks she's ugly. That's some horrible shit to find out. I know she was distraught. But that's what happened when you ain't up front, when you be holding shit back and you don't be clear about like what the fuck. I'm gonna ask. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. And if there's some questions in the relationship, you should be asking anyways. You shouldn't wait till a phone. I felt bad for her. I was like, damn girl. And she's like, me? Well, clearly he said it. Yeah, you. It wasn't nobody else, honey. Said you were. So I thought that was interesting. Do you all check your spouse's or your significant other's cell phone? Do you want to? Do they check your phone? I'd be damned if you don't. Let me get your password. Password to what? What you talking about? I don't play that shit. I don't play them games. It ain't that I'm hiding something, but why do you feel like you need my password? Let's start there. Just in case some emergency happen. Oh, no. You can hold the phone down on the sides and slide it, and emergency contacts will pop up. iPhone is updated. We ain't got to do all of that. I just don't feel like that. What about y'all? Clearly he said it, child, not her with the ugly friend. Okay, I used to, but after we got married, I was like, if he moves differently, I will know. Period. Coco, listen, I did it before only once. Castro, really? Damn, did you find what you was looking for? No, because an honest person that truly loves you will be open with you. Period. I ain't what I'm trying to hold hostage for. I'm team single, so no need for that. Okay, team single. Well, I'm letting y'all know I don't play them kind of games at all. It ain't in me to be playing them kind of games. So finally, y'all, I want to talk about Jonathan Majors. So Jonathan Majors is his court is today. Today is the first day of their trial, and you know they showed up him and.
Hey, Jonathan, do you think there's a Bible passage that sums up your situation?
Baby, Megan Good is gonna stand by his side. Megan Good that's her man. So he's on trial in New York City for the situation that went down between him and Grace Jabari. Here's Grace Jabari. The situation on March 25th where allegedly, and what she claims happened is that he he grabbed her by her arm, and so she filed a complaint. Where the fuck is my shit at? Hold up. Where's my where is this it? Oh no, that's not it. So he's on trial, New York, March 25th. Responding to a 911 call in Manhattan where allegedly he assaulted 30-year-old Gabby. And so he's being charged with 6 counts of assault. 6 fucking counts, y'all. 6 counts. 6 counts of assault, 3 counts of attempted assault in the 3rd degree, and 1 count of harassment in the 2nd degree. Okay, according to the complaint shared by the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. And so the biggest thing here, and the only thing I want to talk about in this whole case is there's this piece of evidence that the prosecutors want to include, but his attorneys do not want to include it. So they're saying that they warn the evidence could taint the jury pool beyond repair for Mr. Majors, adding that his client may face trial by newspaper. And so I kept thinking, like, damn, what could that evidence be? What could that evidence be? And so the only thing I could come to was, remember when we were talking about this case before, and there was that situation in London between Jonathan Majors and allegedly Grace Jabari, and that she went to the hospital. And so apparently you remember that they were trying to procure a police report for that alleged incident that involved Jabari receiving medical care, which would have occurred while the actor was in London shooting the 2nd season of Disney's Plus series. Majors was arrested on March 25th in Manhattan. And so they go on to say that the DA's office wrote that the London episode is what's known as a Molyneux incident, a legal term that means Manhattan prosecutors may want to produce evidence about the incident at Majors' upcoming trial, despite no one being charged in that case. More information about the London incident, including who was involved, was not disclosed in the filing. And so it's seeming like they do not want to include whatever happened in that situation. Now, we don't know nothing. We don't know if it was a domestic violence situation, if she slipped and bumped her fucking head and just went to the hospital while he was there. But I feel like this is a piece of evidence that apparently will be trial by newspaper. They think that it'll be trial by the newspaper because including it means that we'll be able to investigate more what happened in London, maybe possibly pull up more newspaper articles about this situation during the time. Now I searched, I couldn't find a motherfucking thing. Nothing. Here's my thoughts on this whole situation. I truly feel like this man is being indicted. He is being heavily indicted. I feel like when he lodged a complaint against her and they said that they didn't want to push it forward, I saw bullshit right there. Now, yes, he may have gotten into a squirrel with Grace, but I don't think it's to this extent that they're trying to lodge these charges against him. Now, I could be wrong. It could be completely off the fucking rails. But the way they're going at this, I completely think that they're trying to find something to get this man. And they say he could face up to a year or so in jail, minimum. And I'm like, yeah, they're trying to fuck with this man's career. So, Jonathan Majors, hold your head up. Hold your head up. And I hope your attorneys try really, really hard to keep whatever evidence they want to keep out. They looked at 40 jurors. 12 was selected. Then they've identified only 3 men, 3 women, and 2 alternatives, but no black men. 4 individuals who are of an ethnic race background, meaning, Asian, Chinese, Indian, black, but no black men. Interesting. Very interesting. Very telling. So it'll be interesting. Today starts the court case, and they have opening testimony, opening statements. So I'm gonna be over this. I'm gonna be paying attention to it to see what happens. Again, I feel like they're pushing really, really hard to find something on him. And as he said, he was innocent and guilty, and not saying that she's lying or something didn't happen. I just don't think that we're getting the whole story about what happened. And I feel like they're trying to find more stuff on him to prove that he is an aggressor when it comes to her in this relationship, especially that London incident. Yeah, that doesn't need to be the case. Exactly. So, okay, Mr. and Mrs. Good, don't they look good? Yes, but I wasn't upset. Oh, you wasn't upset. Okay, I did once, and yes, I found out he was a hoe. Look at that. Baby. No. I'm gonna ask. And I'm always curious about stuff too. So I'll ask. I have no shame in my game. I'll motherfucking ask. And I got 2 phones. I'll text from another phone on some bullshit. So that's it. So crew, I think we covered everything today. We talked about Jonathan Majors, we talked about Jeannie Ma, we talked about Teyana Taylor, and we talked about KeKe Palmer. We also talked about going through your phone and being love bombed, and how all of this shit can culminate to a relationship that was not destined for you when you're going into something that really didn't even start how you really wanted it to be. I think about Jeannie Ma and them going in a restaurant, somebody telling me let's compare notes on this. It sounds like a whole, okay, we did this right, we did that right, we didn't do this right, And then I think about KeKe Palmer and Darius Jackson. Clearly, it's something not right, something not going on. And like y'all said, it might be a ploy to get full custody of those kids. We don't know. And then Teyana Taylor getting in a situation with a guy that clearly is not the best of her interests. And him wanting it to be public and her wanting it to be private tells a very different story. And we find ourselves with Jonathan Majors, where we don't know, we do not know. I'm just being honest with you. We do not know the full story. We don't. And we can't say we do, because for that one incident to happen and occur, and for him to be the aggressor, and for we're gonna need a lot more detail about that day and days surrounding and leading up to that. And again, I'm not saying she's lying, but for the extent of charges being placed against him, I mean, again, 6 counts of assault in the 3rd degree, 1 count of aggravated harassment in the 2nd degree, 3 counts of attempted assault in the 3rd degree, and 1 count of harassment in the 2nd degree. To me, is quite extensive. So we'll stay tuned. And thank y'all for being here this morning. Shout out to the crew. Y'all know I'm going to be out of town over the next couple of days in LA. If you're in the crew group chat, I'll definitely be around for y'all, of course. I'm going to probably do a members live each one of those days at night, just to talk some shit, kick some shit with you all in my hotel. But I want to say thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it this morning. Please drop down if you made it this far in the replay gang, replay crew. Please drop down and let me know what you thought of each one of these 4 different stories and how they all connected. Let me know your thoughts, and make sure you hit that like button, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to my motherfucking moderators. Thank you. Thank y'all for being here. And I'll see y'all in these streets. I will see y'all in these streets. And until next time, crew. Deuces.
Good morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Roman news. Let's go, let's go. Ow, let's start this show. King Roman news gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know he can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman news.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman news. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Let's go, let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman news, coming just for you.